I'm headed out on a 12-day, 223-mile through hike of the Ouachita Trail all alone. Well, I'm not all alone. I'm going to have my gear. What's inside? Stay tuned and find out. It's finally here. I've been planning this trip for months, and I finally get to go in just 1 week. So what am I going to be carrying along when I'm by myself on the Ouachita Trail? If you're unfamiliar with the Ouachita Trail, it is a 223-mile trail that runs 60 miles on the western side of Oklahoma into Arkansas and almost to Little Rock. So it should be a fun trip. So first of all, I am going to be carrying the Lite AF Curve 40 with a full suspension. It is a 40-liter backpack made out of Dyneema. It has a Lycra front pocket and a Lycra bottom pocket on the bottom, as well as some extra straps on here. So let me show you, first of all, what is on the bottom of my backpack. The first thing that you can see here is through this little V-strap on the bottom, I carry on the outside my Z-seat, a little styrofoam pad, not bringing a chair through hike. Chair's too heavy, not worth that comfort. Since I'm also going to be alone, most of the time I'm probably going to be in my hammock when I'm at camp, not building a campfire, relaxing in the hammock, have the feet up, resting for the next day's hike. But while I'm making dinner or while I'm hiking along the trail for lunch, I can whip out this little pad, sit on it, nice and dry, nice and soft. Also, my favorite part about this backpack is it has a Lycra bottom pocket here. So what I put in there is my tripod. So when I shoot videos, I have this 4-foot tripod, and I don't have to take off my backpack. I can grab my phone, I can reach in the back, pull out the tripod, set it up, do whatever I'm doing, put it away, keep on hiking, leave my backpack on. So I love this bottom pocket. Let's start on this side. This side doesn't have a whole lot to it. I have a 750 milliliter smart water bottle in the side pocket on this side. I don't have anything on the cordage on the side here. The opposite side, in the side pocket, I have 16 ounces of fuel. I have that labeled fuel for a reason, folks. I'm not going to tell you the story, but pouring fuel that you think is water on a campfire is never a good idea. Okay, on the side here, I have this Dyneema sack that I sewed. Yes, I can sew. And inside of here, I have spreader bars for my hammock. I'm going to be bringing my hammock on this trip, and it is a bridge hammock. So I have some carbon fiber poles that are a little bit lighter than the poles that came with it, as well as I have some carbon fiber pullouts that are going to go on my rainfly. So those are all in this long pocket. The short pocket here, I have 6 MSR mini groundhog stakes, as well as I have a couple of mini carabiners and some lines for pulling out the doors on my rainfly. I also have on this side just a little plastic whistle. It has a compass, it has a thermometer on there. The reason why I carry this is I'm always a little afraid that if I get hurt on the trail and the search party's looking for me and something's wrong with me, I won't be able to yell, and I should be able to blow on this whistle to make noise. Okay, on the shoulder straps in the front, both shoulder straps have a water bottle pocket sewn right into them. And on the right shoulder, I have another 750 milliliter smart water bottle. I don't use the pocket on the left side. I may put a little snack in there or something, but right now it's empty. On the left shoulder, though, I have on a carabiner here, my Garmin InReach Mini. So this is a GPS device, if you're not familiar. There's an SOS button down there. You press that if you get hurt. Search parties know exactly where you're at and know that you're in trouble, and they can come find you. It can also be used for navigation You can pair it up with your smartphone and look at a map on there. And one of the reasons why I like it is it can also track where you are on the trail. I have mine set to ping every 10 minutes. So I can give my wife the address of Garmin's website, and she can go on there and see my progress every 10 minutes of where I'm at on the trail. So if I'm unable to communicate with my wife on my phone, she can look at on her computer and say, okay, he's moving, he's fine. Other thing that this allows you to do is it allows you to message people when you don't have cell service. So this works off of satellite, so as long as you can see the sky, it's supposed to work. And sometimes when I get to camp at night and I don't have cell service, I can message my wife through this saying, made it to camp, I'm fine, no worries. Okay, on the top of the pack, I have this V-strap. White strap? V-strap? I don't know. It has two straps on the one side. And I put on there, a lot of people put different things, but I put my Doritos. I love my spicy sweet chili Doritos. Out on the trail, lots of sodium, lots of calories. They really hit the spot while I'm hiking. So I keep those on top until I open them up. Then I put them in a Ziploc bag and put them inside my food bag. All right, let's go to the front pocket. The front pocket, like I said, is made out of Lycra, which isn't the strongest material in the world, but that's what's on this pack. So let me shift this around. First, I have a little microfiber washcloth. I can wash my face off. I can wipe down my rain fly. All sorts of different uses. The microfiber dries real quick. This is my Canuck 2-liter water bag. Hook this onto my water filter and squeeze it to filter my water. Other great thing about this is the Ouachita Trail may have some stretches where there are long dry stretches without water. So I have two 750 milliliters, which adds up to 1.5 liters. And then this is another 2 liters. So if I'm going to hit one of those dry stretches, I'll put the dirty water in here, carry it along, filter it when I need it. I have a little saw. I'm not going to build a campfire. I'm going by myself. When I solo backpack, usually I'm tired and I just want to rest and I don't want to go get firewood. So the reason why I have this saw is when you sleep in a hammock, maybe sometimes you have to trim a couple branches in order to hang your hammock. This is my 750 milliliter Totes titanium pot. Not 750, it's 550. It's nice and small. It's the right size for when you're doing dehydrated meals and you just need to boil a little bit of water. And I'm not a coffee drinker, so all I have to do is boil my I don't know, that much water and make food once a day. So inside of here, I have an alcohol stove. It's a Fancy Feast stove, which is a cat food can with a tomato paste can and some carbon felt in between. And if you'd like to see how you can make that type of do-it-yourself, ultra lightweight stove, I'll put a link up in the cards. Also inside of here are matches and a lighter for when I cook. This is the Sawyer Squeeze, probably the most popular water filter out there. You can get it at any store. It's only like 30-40 bucks and it works great. Don't get the micro, get the squeeze. Micro flow rate's terrible. Okay, this is the Ouachita Trail map. There are 3 of them. This is the map for the most western side, which is where I'm starting from. And they are made by Underwood Graphics. I've been messaging with Christian from Underwood Graphics. Real great guy, and I actually used Underwood Graphics maps on the Ozark Highland Trail when I hiked there. I'll put a link up here in the cards. And I'm not blowing this out of proportion. This is the best map that I've ever used when I go backpacking. It doesn't have too much data on it. It has just enough, and the artwork's fine where you can see where you're going. And the nice thing about the Ouachita Trail is every mile marker is marked with a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up through 23. The map also has those numbers, so you can see where the trailheads are. If your phone and your GPS isn't working, you can see, okay, I'm at mile marker 23, and that's where it's on the map, that's exactly where I am. So these maps are great. This isn't going to be my primary navigation while I'm walking, though. I'm going to be using an app called Far Out, which used to be Guthook. And I would say that that app, first of all, it's fabulous, but it's a little bit like using your phone as a GPS in your car, where it'll tell you how far it is to the next trailhead, to the next water source, to the next campsite. It'll tell you that both on a map. It'll tell you that in a list. It'll show you an elevation profile and where the campsites and the trailheads are on that elevation profile. But the map on that app isn't very good. So I look at this map every night when I get to camp. I like to open it up instead of looking at my phone, and it gives you a good idea of what's around you, what's in the vicinity. What city is north of the trail here, south of the trail here. And it's kind of nice because, let's be honest, when you're following Google Maps while you're driving, sometimes you have no idea where you are. You're just following the GPS, and Far Out can be the same way. And having the map, you know where you're at. If things go poorly for you and you have to bail out or you have to call an audible, this will show you where all of those other trails across the trail and other roads are, forest roads. So maybe you might be able to cut and take a shortcut to get to that town, if you got blisters on your feet, opposed to going up and just following Far Out. So get the maps. They are waterproof. Everything on the outside of my pack here in this Lycra pouch can get wet, because it's going to get wet on the outside. This isn't waterproof. So it's kind of all that junk that I may need often and quickly, and I don't mind getting wet. Next is a little piece of Tyvek. I put this underneath my hammock, so I put my shoes on it at night. I can put my backpack on it at night. When I get up to pee in the middle of the night, I can stand on the Tyvek instead of the dirty ground, pee off the Tyvek. Don't get the feet wet, dirty, get back in the hammock. It works great. All right, I have a pair of glasses that I just use, when I'm looking at my phone in my hammock at night or looking at a map. I don't need them while I'm hiking, but on the ground. Okay. The final thing in here is my rain gear. So I have two pieces of rain gear here. I have REI rain pants. These are a little bit heavier, but these are the only pants that I have along. You're going to see in a minute here the other clothes that I'm wearing and carrying, but these are the only pants that I have along. When it gets cold out, I can put these on. Even if I get cold in my hammock when I'm sleeping at night, I put these on to stay warm, and as well as, obviously, I wear them when it's raining. Okay, my raincoat here, this is a lot lighter. This is the Visp rain jacket from Enlightened Equipment. Super ultra lightweight, also mega expensive, but it's been working out really well. I've had it out in a couple rainstorms. It's kept me dry. All right, let's keep it moving. I don't think I talked about this. Did I talk about the whistle? Yeah, I got a whistle. All right, let's actually go into the backpack. Get some stuff out of the way here. This is my food bag. This is a custom printed food bag with the Midwest Backpacker logo on it from Hilltop Packs. If you don't know Ben at Hilltop Packs, they do a lot of great work. You can get whatever you want printed on a food bag. They also have some other cool ones like with the bear on it and all sorts of weird things. So this food bag, as you can see, is less than half full. So why do I have such a big food bag? My first hike is 3 days until my first resupply. So I'm carrying about 2.5 days worth of food. My next hike is 4 days. And the one after that final resupply is 5 days. So I'm going to need 5 days worth of food, which is about twice as much as this. So I need the bigger food bag. Plus, I put the bag of chips in there if it's raining or at night when I hang my food bag. That's how it works. Inside of my food bag, I will show you everything that's in it right now. This is all of the food for the first leg of my trip, which is about 3 days. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3. Let me go back over here. You saw the Doritos that are on the outside of my pack. The Doritos along with some beef sticks, there are 12 in here, so that means I can have 4 beef sticks. And the Doritos and the beef sticks are my lunch for the first 3 days. And I have 2 Ziploc bags over here, gallon-sized Ziploc bags. One is my garbage bag, and one is for the Doritos once they are opened. Also in my food bag, I have a long-handled spork. I have just a little knife. And I have my little bag here that has my bear line for hanging my food bag. Okay, so day 1, I'm going to start out and I'm going to have breakfast before I hit the trail. And then I'll have Doritos and beef sticks for lunch. I have Peak refuels here for my meals. So all of my dinners, except for a couple, are Peak refuels, various different sizes. And Peak refuel, I think, tastes much better than Mountain House and some of the other things. So first night I'm having chili mac here, and if you're interested, use BCE 15 and you can get 15% off. It's a discount code that my buddy Devin has. 15% off BCE 15, and they'll ship it to you for free. So second night I have chicken Alfredo pasta here. And my breakfasts, I like these coffee cake strudel. I eat like 2 of them from Hostess each morning. A lot of calories, a little bit better tasting than a protein bar. I don't drink coffee, so I hit the trail. I'm not a big breakfast guy, so if I get hungry, say 10, 11 o'clock, I'll just start snacking. So I don't eat breakfast the first day. I need breakfast the second 2 days, and I have my lunch. But dinner I shouldn't need on the third night. I should be making it to Queen Wilhelmina Lodge. However, I pack in there just in case. This is mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes in a freezer bag. You can pour water right in here and mix it up. Reason why I like carrying this for my extra meal is it's super light and super little for hopefully something that I will never have to eat. Over here, again, I have my Hilltop Packs custom printed food bag. And then just some snacks, usually kind of the first course for my dinners. I'd like to eat one of these splits. It's basically grape jelly and peanut butter. You can order them on Amazon. Super small. A lot of people put them on a tortilla. I just squirt it in my mouth. And then I have another one of those turtle brownies, a couple chocolate chip cookie pies, and a couple oatmeal pies. So that is all my food for the first 2 legs of my trip. And I have my resupplies here that I'm mailing ahead, one to Queen Wilhelmina and one on to the Bluebell Cafe. Let's keep it moving. My next bag is actually another food bag, but it does not have food in it. This is all of my extra clothes that I'm going to be carrying, and this is what is inside of the bag. Before I show you what I will be carrying, let me show you what I will be wearing. These are the Brooks Cascadia Trail Runners, Darn Tough Merino Wool Socks, sock liners, Patagonia running shorts with a 5-inch inseam, and Melanzana Microgrid Fleece Hoodie. Now, I will also be wearing a merino wool buff for when it's cold and if I need a face mask. And I will have 2 hoods with the Melanzana, and underneath I have a lightweight smart wool t-shirt with a hood on it. This is everything that is inside of that bag with all of my clothes. This is the REI Magma 850 down puffy coat, 850 power down. It has a hood on it, and I really like it. I don't wear it usually when I'm hiking. It's usually when I'm at camp or when I'm sleeping at camp. I really like the hood. Keeps my head warm when it gets cold out. Next to it here is an extra smart wool t-shirt. Again, it's the 150 weight, the real lightweight. It's nice to have a nice, clean, dry shirt. If you're wet or stinky, you can kind of switch it out a little bit. Right here is a pair of underwear, just some polyester underwear. And it's really nice when I get to camp. I'll take off those Patagonia shorts, sometimes the underwear in there, if they get real sweaty and salty and gritty, it's nice to have something clean. And maybe you can wash off those shorts in a creek. And when I am at camp, a lot of times for pants and for pajamas, I have these just cheap polyester long underwear, lightweight long underwear that you can buy at Walmart. They work out really well. Sometimes I even wear those as my pants while I'm hiking if it's a little too chilly for the shorts. And also if you pair them up with the REI rain pants over the top, it's super warm. Okay, so I have an extra pair of Darn Tough socks. I'm not bringing an extra pair of sock liners. I have the one pair that I'm already wearing. And these are waterproof socks. When I was in the Ozark Highland Trail last year, it got super cold. So when it's cold and your feet are wet, waterproof socks are the way to go. And these can also double up in my hammock. I could wear them to keep my feet warm, but I also have those down socks. So these will be nice if it's cold and rainy for walking through the creeks. And what will also be nice if it's cold and rainy, and these are new and I haven't worn them out on the trail yet. Look at these gloves. Yeah, they're waterproof. They got a little little liner in there to keep my hands warm. So they are a little bit big, but I have a problem with my fingers and my hands getting cold. So if it's raining out, I'll have on my rain gear, I'll have these on, and I should keep my hands nice and warm. So that is all of the clothes that I'm carrying inside of the bag. Keep it moving. This fancy stuff sack is not made of Dyneema. This is a freezer bag, Ziploc. And I have, some people call this a Diddy bag, just all the little junk. I have some Body Glide in case, starts to chafe. I can rub a little on and nip that in the bud. I have an extra lighter. I have an extra matches, some extra dude wipes. I have some Pepto tabs in case I get it up to the stomach. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I have thrown up on the trail more than once. Okay, more dude wipes. Little bottle of DEET mosquito spray. I should mention all of my clothes are covered in permethrin. I treat them right before I go. Helps repel ticks, helps repel mosquitoes, and I have a better permethrin. I've done a video on that. You can link it right up in the cards. A couple other things in here. I have an extra cap for my Smart Water bottles. So these caps can break. They can fall in creeks. It's good to have an extra. I have a stick of chapstick. On the outside of it is some tape. Can't remember what the name of it is. It's right here. This tape works really well for hot spots. So if you're prone to blisters in a certain spot, this stuff is super sticky. It covers your skin. It helps prevent from getting blisters, and I can't recommend it more. Okay, I have some allergy tabs in case I get poison ivy or stung by a bee or some sort of allergy going on. I can take a couple of those. And finally, I have this little titanium stick. This is an extra stick, so I use this stick when I am hanging my bear bag. That way I don't have to tie a knot. I tie it PCT style and tie the rope around here. Wham, we're good. All right, a couple of micro carabiners. You can never, it's nice to have little extra things like this that don't weigh much, that, the first one might break and you're all set. Next here is my custom printed dual pocket gadget bag, again from Hilltop Packs. You can see the fancy Midwest Backpacker logo on there. As the name indicates, it's one bag with two pockets, with kind of a divider in the middle. On the one side, I have my Anchor power bank. This has probably caused me the most anxiety of my whole trip, trying to figure out how much power that I need. So this one is my biggest one, and it's the one that I'm going to carry. It has two ports. These Anker power banks take forever to charge. My first resupply, I may not have a whole lot of time to charge it. This one has 2 cords that go in to charge it, make it a little bit faster. However, even with those 2 cords, if this thing is totally empty and I want to charge it all the way up, it takes about 12 hours. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as electronics, I use my phone a lot. Some people may be saying, you're out in the woods, don't use your phone, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I use my phone for that Far Out app for navigation. I use it for messaging, whether that be on my Garmin or if I get a signal, I can message my wife, let her know how I'm doing. Excuse me. I can use the phone. I use my phone for shooting all of my video, taking pictures. At night, when I get in my hammock, like I said, I'm alone. I'm not going to build a campfire because I don't have the energy for it. So I download some movies and shows from Netflix and I lay in my hammock before I fall asleep and I watch a show. So my phone gets used for a lot. Some other electronics, obviously I have my Garmin and I need to recharge that every couple days. I have my headlamp, which is the Nitecore NU25 rechargeable headlamp. And I really like this headlamp because not only is it rechargeable, it's super bright. And one of the best features on this, maybe most of them have it now, but you can lock it if you press both buttons. So when it's in your bag, it won't accidentally turn on. So really nice headlamp, nice and small. I have earbuds, so when I am watching that show in my hammock at night, I listen to them on the earbuds. I have a micro USB charger that charges the Garmin, it charges the headlamp, and it charges something else that I'm going to show you in a minute. And finally in there, I have earplugs. People, please bring earplugs when you go camping, because not only if you're with that guy that's snoring right next to you, but if you're nervous out there, at least for me, you know, that little chipmunk running around doesn't sound like a bear because you're going to sleep right through it because you have some earplugs in. And if a bear is going to come and eat you, you really think an earplug's going to save you? I don't know. Also in here I have some Advil PMs that I take at night, as well as some other prescription drugs that I have to take. What else is in here? Oh, cord for charging my phone. All right, next thing in here is my rainfly. This is a 13-foot mountain fly rainfly from Warbonnet Outdoors. A mountain fly only has partial doors on the end. This one is 13 feet long because I need that for the bridge hammock and the wider suspension. Speaking of my bridge hammock, also from Warbonnet Outdoors, it is the Ridgerunner. So this is a double-sided stuff sack. Both of these stuff sacks I sewed myself out of Dyneema. And the reason why I sewed a new one for my rain flies, I made it a little bit bigger, and having that bigger bag made it easier to pack in my backpack because it wasn't like a brick. It's nice and loose and you can mold it around things. Now the stuff sack for my hammock, double-sided, just like the regular bag, but the regular bag wasn't waterproof, and I use a polyester strapping for my suspension, and it's permanently affixed to the hammock, and part of that strap goes around the tree and it gets wet when it rains. So when you put your hammock away and you stuff that wet strap up against your hammock, it makes the hammock wet. Well, with Dyneema, what I can do is put my hammock away, leave the straps on the outside. That way my hammock stays dry and the wet straps are out in my backpack. And really there's nothing out in my backpack that can't get wet. Everything from my clothes to my down is in a waterproof bag. So we're all set. Now the rainfly, if that's wet, it's in a Dyneema bag, but it's probably pretty heavy. So if that gets wet, I'll just leave it out here in this Lycra and hopefully it can dry out a little bit. Okay, in the bottom of my backpack is a Sea to Summit lightweight compression bag. And this is where I carry most of my down other than that jacket that you saw that was in my clothes bag. So bear with me here. I really like this compression sack because when it's compressed, I can put this bag in the bottom of my backpack and put it horizontally versus vertically, and it really saves space. So first thing I'm going to pull out here is I have a 20-degree underquilt with 900 fill power down from Local Libre. So it is, like I said, 20 degrees, and underquilt goes underneath the hammock. Put little carabiners on each corner. It goes underneath the hammock. That way you don't compress the down, you stay warm. I'm doing a 20 degree, even though the temperatures are only going to get down to about 40 degrees because my 40 degree underquilt is a do-it-yourself one that I did myself, and really the weight and the size of my do-it-yourself one is about the same as that 20 degree one. So since I'm right on the border of that one being warm enough, I'm taking the warmer rated one. However, on the top, I have a 40 degree top quilt. And this again is a 950 fill power down, which is the highest the Hammock gear sells. This burrow, again, is a 40 degree. So this thing with that super high down packs up really small, is really light. Now, having a 40 on top, if it does drop down to 35 degrees, I think that I'll still stay warm because I'm better when I go below the temperature rating when I'm up at 40 degrees opposed to if I have a 20 degree quilt and it gets down to 10 degrees, it gets colder at that colder temperature. So other than having that, I can wear my down puffy when I'm in my hammock. That'll keep me warm up on the top. And my feet are the thing that usually get cold when I'm laying in my hammock. So I have some down booties, and I keep them stuffed right in the top quilt. So super little, right? 2 of these, and they keep your feet warm. What I found out is also when you get into your hammock or your sleeping bag, it usually takes 20 minutes to get your feet warm. With these on, it only takes like a couple minutes and your feet stay warm all night. Now, I don't walk around camp with these on, but I can get out to pee in the middle of the night as long as I'm standing on top of my Tyvek, and they'll stay clean and dry. Okay, so that is everything inside of that bag. The final thing inside of my backpack, on the very bottom, is I have a little plastic Ziploc bag. And the reason for this bag is I used to keep my wallet and my car key inside of my electronics bag. But what do I do with my electronics bag every night when I get in my hammock? I dump it out, right? And then the next day I'm just thinking while I'm walking along the trail, did I put my car key in my billfold back in that bag? And I have anxiety about it, and it's just a lot safer to keep your wallet, your key, and I have an extra micro USB cable and the wall charger that I'm going to use at my resupplies. So I'm keeping these things in the bottom of my backpack, things that I don't have to access every day. I'm not going to need my key until I get to the very end of the hike, and I won't need my wallet until I get to the resupplies. So I keep those on the bottom of my backpack. I don't pull them out, and I don't have to worry about did I put it back in my bag. So that is everything in and on my backpack. A couple other things here. I am going to be carrying these trekking poles. They are Cascade Mountain Tech carbon fiber trekking poles. So carbon fiber obviously is lighter than aluminum. However, they are also very expensive. These are cheap carbon fiber hiking poles. I've linked down in the description that I bought on Amazon. And this is the second set. My first set lasted 4 years and didn't break. And I just love them. Bought a new set, and very good hiking poles. The final thing I have here is I don't have hip belt pockets on my backpack. I wanted something bigger. And the reason for that is I carry my iPhone 12 Max, which is the bigger phone, and it's in a case, and it has a mounting bracket to put it on a tripod. And that doesn't fit in those pockets. So I carry this fanny pack, and it fits perfectly right in this little Lycra pocket on the front. And this fanny pack is from Lite, the same people that make my backpack. And I just upgraded. I had a black one of these, and it was the normal size, and I just ordered the XL, which it's the same height, same width, but the depth is bigger. So I can put more stuff in here, and I wanted a little bit more room because I wanted to fit some snacks in there. So inside of my fanny pack, first I have some trail mix. Trail mix. You should try my trail mix if you like chocolate. Go to Walmart, get the mountain mix, get the chocolate peanut butter mix, mix them together, toss in a huge bag of peanut M&Ms. Delicious. And, you know, as my friend Toot says, trail mix is really just M&Ms and disappointment. All right. Swedish fish. Trying something new this trip. Never had before, but they sound delicious. Turtle brownies from Little Debbie. All right. Inside of here, I have a few of these salt tabs. So, here's what they are. They're called salt sticks. They sound like, or they taste like sweet tarts. However, they have salt, and they help you from getting dehydrated, and it works out really well for me. Okay, I have a little Ultra Pod. It's a mini tripod. This is as a backup in case my other one breaks. Plus it has Velcro on it, so I can do some cool angles like from a tree or on the ground with this little one. I have more butt wipes here. Got to keep it in the fanny pack in case the poop comes on quickly. You don't have to dig in your backpack, and you're all set. Okay, this is the controversial part for some people. This is my Knox Gear 39G Bluetooth speaker. While I'm walking on the trail, I like to listen to music or listen to podcasts. I'm going to be out there all by myself, virtually nobody crossing me, and I need some stimulation or else I get bored or I start thinking about how much my knee hurts. I need to listen to something, and this is only 39 grams. I clip it right on my sternum strap, so it's only a foot away from my ears, so I can keep the volume pretty low. So even if there is somebody 30 feet away, they're probably not going to be able to hear it, and if I do see somebody coming, it's got a little pause button on there. I hit that pause button, it stops, I walk past them, go 100 feet away, I hit that pause button, it picks up right where I left off. So it may not be for everyone, and I respect the people who want to go out there and have the quiet, but that's just not for me. And the final thing in here is I have some Midwest Backpacker stickers. So if you want a sticker and you see me on the trail, I have some, and I can give you one if you really want one. Okay. So that is everything that I am wearing, everything I'm carrying. You can comment down below and tell me what I missed, but honestly, when you're watching this video, I'm already done, or I'm actually hiking on the trail. Hopefully I haven't come off the trail. So I'm out there right now. So hopefully I didn't forget anything, or else you can just laugh at me, right? So I will be putting out trip videos on my Ouachita trail hike, and I'm thinking I'll break it into 3 videos. If you want to see those videos, again, go ahead and hit subscribe, punch that bell notification. I'll put all sorts of pictures that I take out there on Instagram and Facebook. I have merch. I have merch available. If you want a great big sticker, you can just order that. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, face masks, buffs, all sorts of different things. So go ahead and order that. But if not, I'm really looking forward to this hike. Again, if you're regular on the Ouachita Trail, and you aren't familiar with my channel, I hope you hit subscribe. Maybe I'll see you out on the trail. Until next time, I got to throw all this crap back in my backpack. We'll see you on the trail.